In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm sorry. As soon as I saw the explosion, I started laughing. I couldn't help it. Can we go over the top? Can I do that? Yes, I can. So, hello, Blue.
Hello, honey.
I'd like to thank all the people that joined in here. Rojas's crew, all rolling in here. He just finished their show. Him and Next Level just finished their show. I will send them links if they would like to join in too. More than welcome. I may have a couple people. KodiApps may jump in here. Mudgeon may jump in. We'll see if they're able to talk on a couple different subjects. Next Level. Where are you at, Next Level? There you are. Sorry. My Telegram is a bazillion chats deep. So if I don't talk to somebody within a few days, it gets buried. Let's see. So yeah, smash the thumbs up. Thanks you, Rojas. Thanks. Smash the thumbs up for more explosions. That means I'd have to do a longer intro, and it's like it wasn't long enough for you folks. So hey, Lori, hey, Red. I'm gonna start at the top since people are jumping in here. I don't want to. It gets me all. Steve Franklin asked a question, and I'm not sure if anybody can answer this or direct him to a video. Since I don't have Xbox Game Pass, I really can't speak on this. I do have a Shield, but I thought you could do it, but I don't know how. I'm sure you can do a little bit of Googling or YouTube to show how to use your Xbox Game Pass on your Shield. But again, I've never done it because I don't have an Xbox, so that's not.
And I don't have a Shield, but I do have an Xbox, and I didn't realize. I know Xbox is usually all Microsoft. I know you can do shit on your PC, but I didn't know you could do stuff on your Shield. Like, what is it he plans on doing with it? Like, obviously, you can't play games on it.
Well, you could probably play some of the lower end games because the Shield can play a bunch of all those the lower end games, but maybe not the.
But I mean, it's Android, right?
Yeah, but when you run off the Steam network, just like the Steam has their
Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass is not Steam. Steam is for everything.
Yeah. Well, and so I'm not sure. Let's see, Alban, nice to see you, bud. Nice to see you. Red jumped in here. Eddie, thank you. Yes, it is Friday, folks. So nice to see everybody. Sohil, nice to see you from Portugal. That's nice to have. See, it's a well-rounded world. We try to reach all the parts of the world, even if I talk in redneck, that my language. We hope that Blue can clarify and be able to speak in a more eloquent fashion because maybe I don't speak as fluent as I should.
Y'all.
Yeah, that y'all gets me in trouble. Mandy, what's up? Oh, Mandy. Bob, I hope that you enjoy the intro. Let's see who else we got rolling in the house. Who else is in the house? As I roll down the thing. Red Lantern, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining us. Noir, he jumped in. Bonjour. Trooper. Charles, thank you. Mr. E, thank you for jumping in here. Look at Red says he's got the Jack Daniels in hand because I told everybody to get their beverages ready because they had time. Yeah, beverages. Jazzy, nice to see you. Niall, I'm sorry, that'd be Niall. Sandman, Canuck Mark, Dubar, and man, Rojas has brought all kinds of folks up in here. Roland, Next Level, Shrinking Sharon. Up here's come trouble. JJ Cord Cutters, Griffin, TK, Nidge, Octavia, Patty D, Aloma, okay, Jim, Peter. So hey, Peter, from Scotland. So if I need some help with Griff, maybe between the two of them, they'll be able to. I can have one of them being able to decipher the other. So thanks for everyone jumping in here. Roger, of course. Roger did have a little bit. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure about that because I don't have Game Pass. I would like to say hello to Mr. KodiApps. How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I've just been watching. I'm halfway through a season of that Raised by Wolves. Have you seen it? I'm halfway through. I'm just like gripped by it. What a great show. Best show I've seen in weeks.
It's so weird, but it's true. It's like you can't stop watching.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying that at the moment. But other than that, I'm all good. Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you, bud. I was looking through here. Kenneth, a couple other people jumped in here. So, yeah, we're up to 73 people. So thanks for everyone jumping in here. And I think, again, my friends that direct people our way for the Time for Our Show. And that's the one thing about the YouTube community that we're friends with. People try not to step on each other with their shows. So they send, like I've watched Next Level and Rojas. They'll be like, okay, we need to finish up because Dab's show's getting ready to start and we need to finish up, and they don't want to be stepping on. So I try not to step on anybody. If I can direct people to other people's show, be sure to remind me, because a lot of times I'm too many beers into it towards the end of our show and I don't have all of my faculties. So that's your warning. If you're having a show, and I think JJ, and I know somebody else has a show after mine, so remind me. So, but KodiApps, I know that it's late for you, so we'll go ahead and talk about the subject that you created a build, and I don't know, is this your first build? I do not recall you creating a build before.
Well, I've had a few in the past, but just been playing at it, and a few guys have sort of nagged me over the years to bring another build back. And I don't know if you know, I decided to. I made the decision to remove all the builds online on the charts page that I had that were promoting paid IPTV, which I have no problem with whatsoever. I promoted some myself, but obviously things getting a bit on top, shall we say, and so I made the decision to just take that heat out of the situation. And there's some great builds out there still, but I just made the decision, well, why not just chuck my own into the mix? I've been nagged enough about it, so and I had a bit of spare time, so I thought, well, hey, put one together for the guys and see what they think to it.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this last week because you actually had removed those builds last week. And again, I answered it in my group, and I think your group I answered a couple times that it was not all the builds were taken away, but the ones that were promoting paid services is what was removed, y'all. So that doesn't mean those builds are gone. It's just that he's removed them from the website.
Yeah,
so
I think some people thought maybe he was picking and choosing, you know, out of people he liked, whether or not to remove builds. Yeah, no, Todd.
No. I've never been that way inclined. And there's some great builds out there, and some great guys. Celador, for instance. I count him as a pal. But yeah, obviously, I just had to sort of step back from that a little bit. Obviously, there's been a few knocks on the door for a few people, unfortunately, as we're well aware. Yep. And I just my sites, just don't need that heat. I provide. It's my hobby first and foremost, and I try and provide a service for the public, but I don't want any knocks on my door, so it's not something I can sort of promote. But hey, nothing personal. Some of those builders and builds are great, but not for my site at the moment. But you never know what may happen in the future.
And just as a clarify, people say, well, this build has free IPTV built into their add-ons. This is for the builds that were promoting a paid service. A lot of those builds did, it is what it is there. They were promoting their own service.
Yeah, not
the
not an
entire
add-on like
service
the crew.
or
Not an add-on like the crew that might have free
right
like
that has
channels and stuff.
yeah, that link to a website that's So that's the difference between the two, because a lot of people are like, well, that'd be all the builds. Well, no, not all the builds were promoting
No.
So
Paid
that
IPTV
yeah,
service.
yeah. So that's I just wanted to make sure we mentioned that because I forgot to mention it last week. I apologize about that.
I know. So it's left a few holes in the builds chart, and there's still plenty of great builds out there. And hey, I'm not a builder first and foremost. There's some guys who get down into the textures and the XMLs and are doing some great builds. I do videos of them all the time, as you well know.
Yeah.
And they're on my site. But I just thought I'd try and offer something a little bit different for the users, primarily for the my Facebook users who I keep getting messages about bring another build back. So I thought I'd just have a bit of fun, and as I said, just got a bit of spare time, so I thought I'd just throw something together, something to last us through till Kodi 19, I guess, that when obviously everything's going to change again.
Yeah, that'll be some changes. Again, Red Lantern says he just subscribed to you. One of the things about KodiApps, and you and I've known you for years. The thing about it, he creates a site and he does not take anything too seriously. If you've ever followed him and he's been on the show and he's talked about, people say, oh, the rankings and the charts. And he's like, this is all for fun. And it's not what's best, what's this or that. It's just, if you click it, if someone clicks it, it kind of counts as a point. And if enough people click on it, it moves it up the chart. That's usually because it's something new. And he takes this as this is all for fun. Gives people some education or a roadmap of where to go for certain things, because people are like, I don't know where to find a build or an add-on or an app or this or that. I'll need to go to Facebook, or not Facebook, go to YouTube. But he gives you a source that gives you a lot of information, unbiased. You can use it, don't use it, and he gives you all. Here you go.
It is perfect for noobs.
Yeah, great
absolutely.
Site.
And that's what it was designed. And that's what it was designed for. And it's all sort of spiraled from there. Is it for the more sophisticated user? Probably not. But it's a great place to. It's a great resource to jump in on and get to grips with and come to and start touching the community and get in touch with a few people and start to know who's who and what's what. And it's just a great introduction. And that's how I sort of built it up from.
See, I used it too because lots of times I'm forgetful and I forget URLs for repos.
Yeah.
So I find it really handy for that. For me.
Hey, we all do.
Or Todd, I don't know how many times I'll be like, "What's the URL for this?" And he'll be like, Jesus, not again." Like,
and some of them I can remember.
I gotta write this shit down.
Yeah, and for people like me that mess around with a lot of stuff, and if you do a lot of portables on your computer, I highly suggest you downloading the repos they'll be in a zip. And I have a folder that's just repos. That's like this repo, that repo, this repo. And it makes it very easy for me when I'm doing builds and I'm updating a build. I can just say, install this, and I don't have to remember the URL. So, Patty D says she wants to see my t-shirt. Now, this was my voting t-shirt. I went and I voted today. So since I voted today, this is the closest thing I have to an election voting shirt. So it kind of looks like an election voting thing. And I got this, and this was my Back to the Future t-shirt. So yeah, it was all for fun, and I wore it today. And let's see. So Dabs, you updated your build. Yes, I updated my build, and I'll go into that in just a second. Noir, look at Steve notices I got a haircut. So
Steve, you can't have him. I'm sorry, but he's taken.
So, all right, KodiApps, do you want to talk about your build? I can show your build or not show your build, whatever you want to do, because I did have it on one of my portables, or if you have it on one of yours.
No, I mean, feel free to show it. I'm just eating peanuts and drinking Jim Beam. Just bang it up on the top. You know why I'm drinking Jim Beam? Because I'm out of Jack Daniels.
Well, yeah, that happens. I can't.
Feel free to show it, mate. Okay, I'll just talk through it as you show it. No problem at all.
Yep. Let me. And I've got to share my screen here. I've got to share that screen. Oh, app location. Hey, babe, can you keep an eye on the chat because I can't pay attention to that.
Yeah, it's nothing special. It's just a build. I think I aim to make it light so everybody can use it. It's great for Fire Sticks, etc., etc. Nothing's actually installed. Obviously, as you come to it, you'll just download the actual builds that you want as you go along. Helps keep the size of the zip small.
And there you see. Now I just clicked on this so people would see. So like he said, nothing is installed. But that's so that you don't have anything installed that you don't need. All you would need to do is click like yes for whatever add-on that you want to use, and you'll see this is how easy it is. Bing, bang, boom. There's no technical side to this.
People used to do that a lot back in the old days. First for accountability, and secondly because it makes the build very, very small.
Well, exactly, and you picked Seren there. I've already pre-installed the A4. Is it the A4K scrapers?
Yes.
And I think they're already pre-installed, so you're not even going to bother with that. So you're straight into Seren straight away. And I've done that with pretty much all of them. So just keeps the build nice and tight. And I've just used a few choice add-ons. One thing I've come to know is what add-ons are pretty solid and reliable and should be around for quite some time. And I would imagine this build being fit for purpose till, as I said, Kodi.
Is this an MQ skin?
This is a bog standard Aeon Nox Silvo, is it?
Yeah,
I think Silvo.
I think it Nox. Yeah, you can tell with the glow bar.
Well, it looks like MQ because MQ, remember in the old days, and it was always like you'd have it moving.
Well, you could turn on animation. He has the animation turned on, so that's why it moves. That's why it moves. And the live would be free. Those are all free services or free for different.
Yeah,
sites.
absolutely. Just install any add-on that you want. One of the main things about this particular build that I was quite pleased about was I managed to get the remote backdrops working again, so I can add images, backdrops, etc. on the fly remotely, so they're not preloaded into the actual build itself. So you'll see as you move on to Primo there, for instance, you've got a lot of, these are all backdrops picked by me, and there's a few hundred in the background that's just going to rotate, which allows me to, add backgrounds on the fly, just add images. I can even send messages out, letting users know if they need to update to the new build. I can put a message out there and it's going to be dynamic. And so it just keeps everything sort of flowing for users. But yeah, they're all hand-picked by me. So these are some of my favorite movies, TV shows, etc. And which leads me on to a point that if you are making a build or making anything come to that, if there's one tip I could give people, it's just build it for yourself. And then, if it's good enough, other people will like it. But build it for yourself first and foremost, and if people like it and dig it, that's great. I get a kick out of that. But I use this. This is on my big telly in my living room. Me, my wife, and the kids are using this skin. So do it for yourself. Don't do it for others. And if others dig it, they will use it. That's the way I feel about that. But yeah, so all these backdrops, as you can see, they're all sort of hand-picked, and they just bring it all a bit to life, don't they? And as I say, it's more of a screensaver as well. And you'll notice that running across the bottom there, you got the RSS feed coming, which is obviously the latest movie releases as well. So it keeps you on top of what's happening out there in release land as well.
Yeah, because you're on the KodiApp site that does have movie releases or TV releases. It'll tell you when certain ones are out, and as you see, if you look down there at the bottom, it tells you, the certain web releases or 1080. You see, there's Blackpink light up the sky, 1080p. So it does give you that little ticker that goes across there, pulling from the website. So that's a great feature. And the thing I don't think. You pull in the images off of pulling them off a website basically is where you have them on a URL. You can change them, like you said, and you can also put a message if there was some kind of a warning you wanted to get out to everybody.
Oh yeah,
boom,
absolutely.
You make it the backdrop. Boom, everybody can read it, and it also keeps the build small when you to download. Now, as these images are cached, that will take a little space on your device, but on the initial install, it keeps it smaller. So great idea. And so this is available on Seaman's Wizard and on my Wizard. Am I right?
That's right. Yeah. And I think I've included your wizard on here as well. So, yeah, it's about time your wizard got a little bit of heat, mate. So I'm happy to make it my home for this one.
Yeah,
and it's prompted you, hasn't it? And I think even Blue's going to chip in with a build. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of those.
Yeah, see, pressure's on, babe.
Yep. All right, I'll make a build.
Yep. See, it didn't take but that much. Hold on a second. I will open up. So I'll take a second. I have let's see. I've got to figure out which one of my folders I put this in. I think I have it in this one. So let me open this. I updated DAX. So DAX 18 has been updated. I didn't do a whole lot of extra. I removed a couple add-ons. It added a couple add-ons. A little cleaning up, changed some things where they were laid out, but didn't change a lot. I wanted to keep the feel and all the same, but then I created two other ones. Now this one I called Dab's Simple Build. It's my simple build. It has 4 add-ons: Shadow, Ghost, the Crew, and Tmdb Helper. That's the only 4 add-ons that it has. I wanted it to be something where it's not hard to find. So if you go to Shadow and you push to the left, that brings up your sub menu, which is your sidebar sub menu. For Shadow, one of the things I created I've added the authorized RD. It's top on the top of the box. If you authorize through this link, all of your RD is linked or is authorized. So that would be the Ghost would be authorized. So would
Saren.
No, I don't have Saren in this one. So Shadow.
Saren was in there though. It would be, yes.
Yeah, if it was, yeah. So anything that uses RD will be authorized if you use this. If you use like the Cruise RD thing, it does not authorize in Shadow. So if that makes sense, you have to. If you authorize RD through Shadow, it authorizes RD in all the add-ons. If you authorize the opposite way, it does not authorize in Shadow because it has its own resolver. So I just did this. I have a little movie. So in the movie section, yes, yeah.
Did you say yes, sir?
Yeah, sorry.
What skin? People are
this is
skin.
Is
this Amber?
Amber. Sorry, this is Amber. So yeah, I did the movie section, and then these are things under the movie section. I put the little tab. I thought that'd be easy. Movie or TV the same way, and then I put the little tab, little dash. I thought
actually a good idea.
That makes it so you know that this is under the TV section.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the thing of what I thought about this is that if you were a non-user, this would be the things you'd probably go to. You know, the trendy movies. That's always it. Your history, if you've been watching stuff. People that don't know advanced suggestion. Now this goes to Shadow, folks. If you guys don't remember, if you guys hadn't used Shadow before, this was the advanced collection or advanced. What was it? Advanced content selector. Yeah. So what you're able to do here, let's say that I want to pick a movie from 2019 to 2020, and I only like sci-fi. So I could click this. All right. Now I could click multiples, but I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to click just sci-fi. So basically for the years 2019, 2020, hit search. And this is going to give me the results of any sci-fi movie released in 2019, 2020. And I'm able to watch it. So it's a neat feature that you don't see in a lot of add-ons. So that's why
I'm stealing a bunch of your ideas for my build, by the way.
Yeah, you're allowed to use any of them, babe. So that was something that I thought was a little bit neat, and that's why I added it to that. He has the same feature for TV, and that's why you'll see it twice. History, if you've watched movies and say you stopped a movie, Shadow does a great job with remembering the link in what history you searches on your RD. So that's why I added that. Ghost. So one of the things about Ghost, y'all, this has some of phenomenal non-debrid direct links. So I don't know if it gets a lot of attention, but I'm telling you guys, this is something you may want to look in this add-on to have a lot of non-debrid one-click links. So if I go to the one-click links section, go to movies, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be year, or maybe it's no. This will be new movies. So this is gonna be all one clicks, no debrid. So a lot of times, remember when people said I like Magic Dragon because it had no, it had a lot of non-debrid stuff, and then really Magic Dragon is not really being updated for non-debrid. This is. So just I think it's one that falls under the radar. You may want to check it out.
To be fair to Magic Dragon, just to interrupt there, he's putting a few non-debrid links out.
Oh, is he?
Just so you're aware. Yeah, when he's got time, he's a busy chap.
Yeah. I know that on his.
But he's putting a few on there.
I know on his Twitter he said that he was just going to be updating Real Debrid. So it's good to know that he's updating other ones. So, so let's see the crew. Just certain things again under sports, which if you don't have a service. That's why I added these certain ones. Now there is more sports, but I thought these were the three that I think that are four that are probably the most popular worldwide. And then Tmdb Helper, Blue, you're a fan of Tmdb Helper.
Yeah.
Great add-on. What's cool about this, y'all? Let's say if I wanted to watch Fubu. This will open up and give me the option of what service I want to play that with.
Yeah,
so
it's wonderful.
If you guys remember the Metallic or the Extended Info Mod, that's basically what it is.
One of the coolest things about that, guys, too, is that so if you want to watch it, like Todd said, you can pick whatever add-on you want. You know how every once in a while an add-on may not have the links for that thing, and it's super easy to go back out and just go into a different add-on to find it, instead of having to go all the way back out and go over to a new add-on and find it again.
Yeah. So yeah, that was so that's Dab's simple build. I don't know how well it's going to run on a lot of devices, so I'll get feedback from you guys. That was just something I created with the Amber skin. I just messed around with it.
Quick question there, because I just downloaded your wizard, and it's saying build not found.
Well, I updated that. Maybe I put the.
Wait, hold on. Let me try simple.
Yeah, look, it's broke. Live TV. I'll have to look because
Simple's okay, but your next one isn't.
Okay, so plus I bet you I got the name wrong when I added it to the wizard.
Yeah,
so
plus
cool.
Isn't. And yeah, you actually still have it underneath Blue Zephyr.
If only we knew someone who was good with this stuff.
Yeah, if only. Yeah, well, it was when I added it to the wizard text file. I bet because I changed the name on.
It
Dab's
still says
Plus.
Blue Zephyr on it underneath it, like down in the description. So.
Oh, I wonder.
Just so you know.
All right, well, I'll check that in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but after the show's over, I'll check it.
Sounds good.
I like the simple build. I think builds like that. That there's certainly a market for them as a niche for them. People like simplicity. Yeah, there's a lot of all singing, all dancing builds out there, and there are some amazing builds. I personally don't count myself as a builder in comparison to some of the great ones out there. But a lot of people just like a few add-ons, simplicity, something that's fast, something that gets around, that can navigate quick and then get into it. Then there's the other type of people who like to, get into the nuts and bolts of it, and they like every add-on they can possibly have, and they like to configure everything. Yeah. It's a hobby, isn't it? Kodi is a hobby for a lot of people, but for a vast majority of people as well, it's just they just want a Netflix experience, and something like that, the simple build. I think that's just just it's a box for a lot of people, without a doubt.
One of the things I do with my builds is I do add quite a few repos, the trusted repos. And the reason I do that is because I'm not going to put every single add-on like KodiApps was saying. I'll pick and choose the add-ons that I think are more stable and the ones that I think that people would use. But I'll put the repos in there. And the reason I put that repo in there, let's say Cellar Door, for example. Great guy, like him. But I don't use numbers very often. I just don't use that add-on. But there is a lot of people that do. So why not put his repo in there? And if you want to use numbers, it's real easy just to click his repo, go to video add-on, boom, you've got it. Same thing with Simple Build doesn't have Saren. It's easy to get it. You know, I've got the repo in there. So that's one thing I do is I'll put those repos to make it easy for an end user on the back end if they're like, Dabs didn't put my favorite add-on in there. Instead of them searching for the thing, here's the repo. If you want it, you can get it. But just I can't put everything for everybody because then my build becomes like my old ones and it's humongous.
Yeah.
Although I did used to love your old builds, mate. I remember some of those, and they got me going and got me making, started tinkering around with builds. I remember some of the glyphs you used on some of the animations on some of your earlier builds, and I did, and they were great, and they inspired me to do a couple, and I'm sure they inspired quite a few other people to sort of get into it as well. But as I say, there are some great builds out there. We don't showcase all of them. But yeah, I do. I'm quite fond of the simple ones at the moment as well. And Maverick has got a great little build out as well at the moment, and he's gone for the same thing. He's just kept the add-ons simple, solid, simple backgrounds. But it works, and I like a lot of that because let's face it, there are a lot of sort of Fire Stick users and people who are still using old boxes and old types of sticks, and a lot of these builds still work well.
Hey, what's new? This is just like when my old Depulse build that crashes part of my browser when I try.
Depulse, that was it. I was trying to think of the name of it. Yeah, great build.
Yeah, that was a fun one, and that was a lot of noobs and nerds guys helped us. We had ideas, and I had ideas, and Q would say, "Yeah, I think I can do that." I'm like, "Okay, let's make it happen." Okay, so let me show this, and then we'll go on to some other subjects. Now, this is my plus build. So if you've used DAX in the past, same look. You're going to see the small sub bar. But what I did is I added some extra stuff for the people that want more. The widgets. I don't usually. I'm not a fan of widgets, but with this, I use the auto widget in this. So if you go up, you can have this list here. You can see it's Ghost Catch-Up TV because I'm in the TV section. If I go up to the top one, here is another. That was the Titans one-click with Debrid. You can see that I have Debrid. Now, those will change like every 30 minutes. They'll automatically change. So that's real neat. I did the same thing with movies. So both those widgets have different sets. So this one here is going to have more of the more recent kind of stuff. You can see this is Asgard. The top one you can see is pulling from collections, the cruise collections. So each widget has 4 to 5 different lists that it'll pull from. And I put that in there if you have a bigger device, a better device, and a better internet, and you're not looking for, like KodiApps said, I just want fast and get to what I want. You're wanting something, hey, I want to search for something. I want to kind of look around, kind of inspire me. That's what I kind of went with this. One feature I will show you guys how to do. And under favorites, I did add the authorize RD. So if you do this, it authorizes through Shadow, which authorizes RD in each of the add-ons. So you're good to go. The other thing I added was this refresh the widgets. So I'm going to click that. Let's hope I don't crash my computer. Too many things going. So you can see auto widgets was refreshing. Now, hold on a second. Let's see. The TV widgets should go ahead. Now, you see the top one changed into Ghost Catch-Up Calendar. And then the bottom one is Asgard's 4K TV Debrid. And see the calendar here. And again, they're both different things. They have a different set. Each one is a different set. And that was just something I thought, that's a little bit something different. So again, this bottom one tends to be the more current stuff, fish. The top one, I tried to make it more oddball lists. So that was my 2 builds, or the 2 builds that I made those and put those in there. I will sort out wasn't it my simple build?
Yeah, I think the link's broken on that by the sound of it.
Yeah, because all right, so what I did is I uploaded the zip and then I changed the name of it, and I bet you when I did the URL, I didn't do the name exactly correct. So we'll go ahead. So what else we got going on? Watched.com. KodiApps, what happened to that?
Yeah, seem to. Well, they went paid. Bottom line, it's the same old story. Is the old was it switch and bait, click and bait, whatever they call it.
Yeah,
you know, here you go, have a little bit of this, and it was a great little APK, wasn't it? And it had some great sources, and I think you were trying to keep it on the down low as well.
Yep.
But it came across APK Time's desk, and well, that was that.
That was it.
That was it.
Because I told you, I had known about it for a few weeks. And on the down low, the developer of Shadow was trying to figure out how to pull some of that content and put it into Shadow.
There was a lot of servers on the go though.
Yeah, he was not able to pull the stuff out of that. So he had showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh, this is a very cool APK." So I started messing around with it. I'm like, "This is really good." And I'm like, "I don't know if I want to share this. I don't know if I want it out there for everybody, because once everybody hears about it, then you know how that gets." And then you had it on. I saw it in your Telegram group. I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
I said,
I got it.
Kick off now.
I got it into APK Time, and I think it lasted about 3 days after that, didn't it? 3 days after it hit APK Time, he decided to switch it to a paid service. Although, to be fair, I think he's charging, am I right in saying it's 20 bucks? 20 bucks.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, when all said and done, it's fair play to him. It's a cracking APK, isn't it? First and foremost. But how long is it going to be here around for? And there's plenty of free options out there as well, as we're well aware. Even more so if you've got, if you're a Debrid or premium service subscriber. So good luck to him. It's a shame he's not keeping it free, but that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? He's after a quick buck. I can't really fault him for that, which is such a shame, because I think it was a brilliant little APK. But 20 bucks, well, if people want to, roll the dice and spend 20 bucks on it, fair play to them. But
it's going to be a roll of the dice on that one.
But for 20 bucks, but for 20 bucks, how many months to Debrid service will that get you? I think that's about 4-6. Is that 6 months to Debrid? Something like 6 months to Debrid service. So I know where my money would rather go. Put it that way.
Yeah. So it is out there. We knew that it was going to be, and I called it. I said it on the thing. I said it was going to be a drug deal kind of thing, where like back in the stalker days, where hey, we're going to offer it for free. Yeah. People are like, oh man, this is the best thing. I got to have it. Oh well, it's going to be so much. Oh well, I got to have it now. I'm addicted to it. So yeah, I'll pay for it. And I think that's probably what it is. Or maybe they were just in beta and they were hoping to hook people. But either way. Again,
no, he had a plan.
Yeah,
he had a plan all along, which is fair play to him. I don't have a problem with anybody offering a paid service. Hey, people want to pay for it for a premium service. Hey, I'm paying for Debrid. Is that any different? No, it's not.
Yeah, and that had a lot of. It wasn't cheap equipment that he has that stuff based on. I mean, it's solid stuff that infrastructure is built on. So, again, I don't know how long before he doesn't get in trouble, or how long before he gets in trouble, but it's you can decide to pay for it if you guys want, but just FYI. One of the other things we talked about Syncler last week. We talked about Syncler, and which was I don't want to say that it's a clone of Zion because
but it is.
Yes, they took the template of it.
A fork? We'll go with fork. Let's
Okay,
say
we'll go with fork. I'll go with fork.
It's a
I'll
bit
say
more
fork.
politically correct.
Yeah, more politically correct. It is a fork of it, and they have added some extra stuff. We talked about it last week with using Helos packages. Well, the developer of Wacko, which was using Helos package, or I don't know if he created or he used Helos packages, he wasn't too happy with them using the Helos packages in that APK, and they created their own packages. And I can't recall the name of their packages, but if you open up their APK, you'll see that it has another packages, because basically the APK doesn't have any scrapers, whereas Zion TV had its own packages or had its own scrapers. This does not. So the way the developer's trying to stay out of trouble, he's saying, here's the APK. If you want to download the scrapers, that's a separate module or an add-on. That's your choice to decide if you want to get that. So that's how he's kind of trying to dance around it. So you go and you get the packages, install it. That gives you your scrapers. There is a few steps to setting it up, not super difficult, but I do know some people with especially older devices do have an issue with getting zero links. A lot of that's older devices, especially older Android. The newer devices really don't have a problem. They are working on fixing that. We'll see how that plays out. Again, you decide if you want to. Right now, it's going to be free through the end of the month, but he said that he will keep it free until at least they get all the bugs fixed. So they did say that, because if you look at when you sign up for Syncler, it tells you that the expiration's October 31st. And go ahead.
So I did, I was listing TV Zion on APK time. And if the people don't know, obviously, I have APK time as a side thing as well. But I've not put this. Is it Syncler? I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
I'm well aware of it, but I've not put it on APK time yet. Would you say hold off or not?
Yeah, I would hold off. I mean, it's popular, because you got all the people that were using Zion feel like this is the exact thing. Well, yes, no.
Yeah. I didn't want to steer people straight to something else just in case. I've always, I always try and have the end user in mind. I don't want to steer him to somewhere that's going to last, a week, and then he's going to start charging.
I do think that it does have a community following. That if you follow in their Telegram group, there's lots of people trying to help, and there's lots of people trying to do their part that are not the developer. They're just trying to do their part in this to make it work. Does it stay long term? I don't know. Would I invest in a subscription? Hell no. And I'm not dogging the guy out. I'm just saying, for people that are my friends and watching my show, this or that, would I pay for this service? No. Once it's stable, would you pay for it? I would still be a soft no. You decide where you spend your money, but I would still be. I would spend my money on a Debrid service and say screw having to pay for that. But they are working on bugs. Funster wrote in there that they're asking people to root their devices, and one of the things that they said that there was one of the things that was because there was no links, and this was on older devices. We're having problems. I haven't had an issue with the 3 devices I tested it on, not a problem. But it seems to be those MX boxes and some of those other older boxes tend to have a problem. I don't follow their Telegram group to be able to answer all the questions by far. But I do know that they're trying to fix some things. We'll see. I say it's too early to say jump on this bandwagon, or I don't want to dog them out and say they're shit. Don't. I don't know. I'm just saying this is the information I have. You decide if you want what you want to install, but it's free for right now. So if you want to test it I would not root your device to use it. How about that? I will say, don't root your device to try it.
Don't root your device full stop. That's a hard pass on rooting your device. Noir just asked a question there. Is Watch on the Play Store? Just to clarify, it is still on the Play Store, I think. But the thing is, and not too dissimilar to this Syncler ad, obviously you had to add something to it. You had to add a URL to the watched APK to make the sources available. So I just wanted to answer that.
Yeah, you're right. Again, streaming apps says that most people won't mess with it because they just want simple. And that's why I say it's not a direct clone, because it does work a little bit differently. So, all right, so for my Kodi folks. So this add-on is kind of like Saren. Because Saren is its own add-on, but you got to add the packages, the A4K scrapers, to make it work, right? Because you can install Saren and guess what? You get nothing. But if you install the A4K, then hey, you're good to go. Same idea. So that hopefully that makes sense to people that follow this. I'm not going to dog the guy, but I'm not willing to invest in that. We'll see where it goes for free. I don't want to. Again, someone that's trying to do this and trying to help people, if it's at a good price, a good product, fine. But it made me nervous when it was copying the Zion template. I mean, that bothered me because I was like, ugh. So are you just trying to snatch up all the people that we're used to seeing Zion? It looks the same.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. The other way, and like Kodi and Kodi with their add-ons, if someone drops, if someone picks up the ball and runs with it, does that make them a certain type of person? I think that's open source. I think that's the whole principle of open source. Is he trying to make a fast buck? Yeah, then I would tut at him a little bit. But if he's trying to sort of provide something, and this is the thing, if someone's providing something for free for people, who are we to complain about it?
Yeah, and again, on this show we try to. I don't get paid by anybody. That I don't get affiliated. I don't get free product. I don't get free this or that from people that. So when I talk on the show, other than me trying to be polite to people and not try to be a jerk, I try to word things in a way that's more politically sensitive. I do try to give you the truth and say, hey, this is the pros and cons to a certain thing. You decide what works for you. Again, I'm not going to tell you to go get Real to Brid, but I'm going to tell you the pros and cons to it. You decide for yourself. Again, Real to Brid doesn't give you no money either. It's premiumize any of them. So we're just giving you pros and cons on that. It's free for right now. If you want to try it, fine. If you can install it and it works, the packages, it's not hard. You copy a paste bin information. Not difficult, but it's not plug and play. So you decide.
That was the thing with that APK. I had a quick look at it. Yeah, you had to dance through hoops to get it to work, didn't you?
Yeah, but it works once you do it.
And it's like, yeah, okay, if you wanted to go through all that and it's secret handshakes and all that, fair enough. But hey, come on, there's easier things to install, let's be honest.
But there's a lot of people that want the cutting edge, newest thing. Hey, that you can check it out. And again, there's a lot of people that are helping in that group. Blue and I know some of the people that help in that group, and there's a lot of people are trying to make it work. We'll see how that
Fingers
all
crossed.
works. Yeah, we'll see. Noir talked about. I have tried Goto. Yes, that was an add-on I messed around with earlier in the week. Very good add-on. A lot of content added all the time. Does have some direct links, but you got to have Real to Brid. So again, if you got Real to Brid, that is a very good add-on, growing every single day. I know that he did really well on the apps list there for a while.
He won't allow me to put it on KodiApps. So
I thought I had seen it on there at one point.
No, not Goto. I asked him, but he politely declined, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I'm not calling him out on it.
No. I thought that I'd seen it on the list at one point. Like
no.
Maybe. Okay. So, but yeah, I tried it out. Works well.
Noir,
very nice add-on, to be fair to it.
Yeah.
Noir, check your Telegram.
So that was what we had on that. One of the other questions I've had this week: Turks. Turks. Okay. So Turks was on the show, 3 weeks ago-ish, something like that, for show 100. So it's 4 weeks ago. And about his APK, and he gave us a sneak peek on that. So on the inside information on it, the developer that's actually working on the code to make the APK work properly, His
Is that A for Android? I think.
Yes. He's got some personal, some serious family things going on. I've even posted some GoFundMe that they're trying to. He's got some very sick relatives, and so he is completely engrossed in that. So he's not able to work on the Turks APK because of that. So once he's able to have time and mental time, I guess, to jump in there, he will finish Turks. I mean, Turks was, he didn't give me a copy of it. Just saying, I didn't get a copy of it, but it looks probably 80 to 85% done. I think it's that close to being done. I think there's just some finishing things that need to be fixed. And so whenever that happens, Turk says he will come on the show. He'll come on and do a full walkthrough so people can see it. And then you'll get the URL again. I'll post it again and you'll get it. But it will be released, but it's slow going. And you got to be sensitive. If people got real life issues going on, guess what? Real life is before all this other crap. I've been there.
Check backstage just in case.
No, I'm looking. No backstage yet. So let's see. So you got so that was an information that we have for Turks.
Pin? Right, that's a good question. And what he raises a good point. He says, I have Real to Brit and Premiumize. Excellent services. I prefer Premiumize out of the two, though. I'm curious because I see this a lot. And I'm not, advocating one above the other. Far from it. I have used two. I have used them both in the past. Personal preference. I prefer Real to Brit, and the main reason for that is I've tried Premiumize, I've tried Real to Brit, but Real to Brit is so much cheaper. Premiumize, I think you get a VPN with that particular service, which you think would be a nice bonus if you are a VPN and a premium service user as well. But
Premiumize is good though because you can add automation to it and download stuff.
Well, such as convince me. I'm not convinced on it. I mean, the VPN. I've tried the VPN on Premiumize. Hey guys, if you're considering Premiumize for the VPN, all I can say is don't bother. They don't even allow peer to peer on that. So forget that VPN. So convince me. Premiumize over Real to Brit.
I use RD personally, because I already have other stuff in place for Plex, but Todd uses Premiumize for.
I have both. I have both.
Yeah.
I have both. I said it on when I did one of my videos. So I will tell you two pluses to Real to Brit. Two pluses to Real to Brit is cost and the amount of content that's cached. Because if you're using it for add-ons, you're going to want cached content. Premiumized does better on that. Real to Brit does better on that. Now, Premiumized is more expensive now. When I got it for 2 years for $99. So that's almost the same cost as Real to Brit.
It's not bad, yeah.
So that's $50 a year. So that's just about the same right in there. One of the pluses I did notice with Premiumized, I did get faster downloads when I was downloading directly from Premiumized. The downloads seemed faster. Number two, the cloud storage space. So I tried it with Real to Brit and I tried with Premiumize to cache a Raspberry Pi retro image that was 400 gigs. So it was a 400 gig block image. Okay, so it's one big file. So I tried it with Real to Brit for like 2 days, and it would go and go, and it would act like it's downloading, and it would and then it would download, did. So I think that Real to Brit was like, that's too big of a file. We're not going to let you do that. So I went to Premiumized, and I put the same magnet link, and I said, I want this, and it uploaded it to it, and I was able to download it from their cloud to me without a problem. So that was another thing. I was like, okay, that did work better than Real to Brit. The third thing that was cool about or better in Premiumize that Realtor does not offer, if you want to do automation, yes. If you want to set up automation with sonar, radar, all that kind of stuff, Premiumize does offer you the option of that. But again, are you a person who's going to do that? If you're not, then you start doing that. Well, I'm never going to use that feature. I'm never going to do this or that. Well, then the extra cost is not going to be worth it for you. So those are, for me, the pluses and minuses that I found. Each of them had their own things I liked, but not, Redneck does say, yeah, then that was a cloud storage. A cloud storage of 1 terabyte. And I did use that 400 gigs for my image. So look out, what's up? Victor.
I love the mask.
Got this Goto. Oh, Lord. Look, he's ripping that off. Next thing, he's ripping his clothes off.
Thanks for that image.
Nah, not tonight. Not tonight.
Funster says it could be that Premiumize had less traffic for that bigger file. Maybe. It just that was one file I noticed I had an issue with. How many of you guys are going to upload or need a 250, 400 gig file? Probably not. 0.001% of people are going to need to do that. I only needed it for my Raspberry Pi. So yeah, I definitely, any of my friends, I point them to Realtor. If they are a power user that they're like, hey, I want to put a Plex server, I want to download this, I want to set it up automation. Hey, well then maybe Premiumize is a direction you can go, and then you can do that automated stuff, and then you don't have to worry about when an episode comes out. Guess what? It does it by itself. So that's me. That's my idea. All right. So Redneck says, who's that? That's Noir over there. Noir, welcome to the show. How are you doing, bud?
I'm really good.
So what do you got going on new? Anything interesting, bud? Have you tried that Goto add-on? Is it any good? I heard it sucks.
I tried it last weekend for a bit of sport and that, and it was spot on.
Was it?
Yeah, but all the movies, box sets, I don't have real debrid, so I have to use their non-debrid content.
Oh.
And that is pretty class. There's a few good add-ons around at the moment. Asgard is good.
Yep.
That's
Brilliant.
another one of my favourites. I still use UK Turk. I will put a pin in just to watch his stuff. I'll still use that. Probably about the only 3 add-ons I use. Because Shadow's no good to me because I ain't got real grids. So
yeah.
I still add it to my build for people who do.
For people that do. Well, have now a Ghost. It was an add-on, and I'm in their group, and I followed and I started seeing the content that they were adding, and it has a lot of non-debrid stuff. I mean, a lot. So if you were a non-debrid user, that's a one you want to check out because it has a lot of content in there. So I that was one of the reasons I added it to the my simple build. I was like, that's got a lot of stuff that I think that people might want to check out because I removed, not knocking Magic Dragon, but I removed it because there wasn't a lot of new stuff and the free stuff wasn't free flowing, even though I don't use that. But the people that use my build would say, yeah, that's not working. I'm like, okay. And even though I don't do the add-on, you know how when you do a build and they're like, oh, this add-on's not pulling this and this and this. Well, I have no control over what that add-on does.
You're like me. I'll only put add-ons in that I know will be solid for at least 6 to 7 months.
Yeah.
They're not gonna quit next week and then have a meltdown, then come back. No disrespect to Magic Dragon.
The crew. Yeah.
Things like that, but yeah, I'll go for the solid ones.
Yeah, Bert, I asked, that would be the crew. If you look in the crew repo, you'll find it. And he does a real good job. I actually added his, in my build, I actually added the UFC replay. It's got a bunch in there. I mean, so if you're a UIC first, I actually put it in some of my sub menus because again, I'm like, that's kind of unique. Not every add-on has that, but if you find something that's solid and works, so that was one of the reasons I pointed out to that. And again, people can find how to find the crew. You find it on your own. They don't want their URL posted. I respect that. They say they don't mind you mentioning the name, but don't be promoting their URL. And hey, that's cool too. I'm no problem with that.
You can find the URL easy. If KodiApps hasn't got it, if Shaq ain't got it, you just find it online anyway.
Yeah, you'll find it. It's just you got to do a little work to find it. Nothing
Troy Point.
Oh God, yeah.
Just Twitter it. It's all on Twitter or YouTube.
Yeah. So Canuck Gal. Yeah, Canuck Gal actually helped me when I was doing the premiumized setup.
Usenet? Is Usenet still a thing? I tried it recently. You can never get the pars anymore. Everything just goes after days, and you can never unpar anything. I used to love it, but it went downhill fast. So, all right.
So the thing is this, and Penn was another person that helped me when I was setting up my Usenet side of the premiumized. I did 2 videos or 3 videos on that, and I kind of like showed, here's this side, here's the Usenet side of premiumized. So it depends on your backbone and what network they're using, because they get takedown notices. So certain backbones will get takedown notices. So they say you really need two services so that when, say, 1 or 2 pars are missing, you know how they do that, maybe 3 pars are missing, then you would need that other backbone or that other service to pull in those couple pars. And I know that Penn has done videos. If you follow Penn, if you're into that, he talks about how to use. So he'll buy like I can't remember the word on it. So it's just to get a few files. So you can buy like, I only need, let's say 200 gigs. I only need 200 gigs because I'm not getting all of it. I just need 1 or 2 files. I'll get most of my files from the free backbone and then just 2 or 3 from this special one. But yeah, it works. I found it to work. The only time that I found an issue was with certain, there was a few episodes. Sometimes I'd have to do the repair. Block account. Yes. There's some people said that block account. Thank you, Alan and JJ. Thank you. Block account. So if you get a block account, and that's when if you're missing files. So you don't use it for your whole thing. You use it for just boom, 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 just a few little pieces. Penn says block accounts are essential. So yeah.
Block accounts. I'm not familiar with this. I'm going to have to do some reading, because I would just, if I was using Usenet, and I've used it a lot in the past, I've not come across blocknets. I would just download everything and some extra pars as well for the repairs. Yep. But I tried it about 6 months ago, and everything I was lucky if I was getting 50% success rates on Usenet. So these block accounts are essential. I've not come across that. I'll have to read up on this.
Yeah. Like I said, Penn, he's posted on his Facebook, or not Facebook, his YouTube, when there's sales for certain block account, like there will be those services will have a sale. He'll post it. Hey, if you want a block account, hey, this is a good deal. And again, it depends on what you're going for. Depends on your needs, your setup. Not every setup is made for everybody. So I did find, even with my free premiumized, there was I could do a lot of it without an issue. But I did, Stranger Things, that was one where Stranger Things was giving me all kinds of fit with coming up with can't complete. And Sonar would go again, and then not this one. And that was because certain pars were missing. Where that would be where you would use a block account to grab those 2 or 3 pars. So this is a hobby that you can go into the deep water with this hobby, or you could stay in the easy, shallow kiddie pool. It's what works for you.
And the other thing as well with Usenet is the cost as well. You know, it's not cheap to get on these things, is it? You know, and then you've generally got to get yourself on a Usenet access is generally more expensive than other premium services.
Yep.
And then, you know, if you want to be on the
Index.
nice sites as well.
Site, it index.
Yeah,
Site.
some of those guys charge a $5 a year, whatever, don't they? So it's all like, you know, it's all costing you money left, right, and center.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you're now. If you don't want to do automation, say you just want to use reel to brid, you can do all this stuff reel to brid. It's manual. You got to do manually, whereas what we're talking about is automated. And the thing about, all right, so when people have these cloud services, some people have these cloud services where they're able to get it. All that stuff is included, and they can get all this stuff easy peasy, and it's all on the cloud, and it's on their Plex. And most of the people that are doing this type of stuff are Plex users. They're wanting a library. They want a library to make it easy. All right, here's Alan says, block account are non-expiring one-time payment for Usenet. And yeah, you're able to get it. It gives you a certain amount of data and says, hey, if you use this data, and again, you would only use the block accounts for the missing pieces and again, I'm no expert, but in the little bit of time I spent to try to explain it in a easy to follow way, I could get most of it from Premiumized, and there was like, and actually Premiumized, you could actually get, I got most everything that I wanted through them. There'd be only ones or few things that I struggled with on certain content and certain quality that I wanted. Then I would run an issue, but it's not hard, but it is an addictive, it's an addictive project that can get overwhelming because you want more content. You want more content. You know, how many devices is enough devices in your house? You know what I mean? You buy,
10.
oh, yeah, this is new. Oh, that's new. I want this. I want that. And, oh, this is new. This got new features. And so, yeah, the next thing you know, most big Plex users have multiple hard drives in their home. And it's like, so, yeah, Penn would be the guy. I've had him on the show numerous times. I promoted his YouTube channel. Very knowledgeable, and he does some good videos that will try to break it down for people to understand. And he's helped me. Again, numerous people helped me when I was trying to figure out Premiumized on doing automation.
Can we link his channel? I'm going to check out some of his vids.
Yeah, give me just a second, and I will try to grab that.
Yeah, I'm interested about these block accounts.
yeah, it's nice. I know that he told me there was when I was having issues. I said something about it. And he goes, "Oh, you need a block account for that." I'm like, "Whoa, wait! I'm trying to do this through Premiumized." Yeah. Well, the thing I was doing it through Premiumized. I wanted it for free. I'm trying to show people how to do it for the cost that they have in it already. You know what I mean?
Thanks, JJ.
Can't you show us something for free?
Okay, so I'm like trying to show it through Premiumized, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute, I don't need to try to add a new service when I'm trying to show them how to do it through Premiumized. So yeah, again, warning: as you get into the deep water with that stuff, you can't. You get more and more addicted. Next thing you know is, hey, I need a bigger hard drive. I need another hard drive. I mean, how many of my friends have terabytes and terabytes of storage to store what they're trying to get? Hey, I do want to share something here for a second. All right, how many of you guys remember Sears? Any of you guys remember Sears? Now, you're from the UK, you're from Canada, you're from UK.
Are you talking about like the department store?
Yeah. Do you guys remember the Sears catalog?
Yeah.
Remember the Sears catalog? When you were a kid? Did you guys ever get a Sears catalog? Because I know that
the Christmas catalog was always
Andrew, this must be like the Argos catalog equivalent.
Okay, so today I got this. And I said, what the heck is this? If this isn't your kid's Amazon catalog to put in there, what they want for Christmas. You remember? I remember as a kid, I would go through the Sears catalog and I would circle the things that I'd put my name on the things that I wanted. Is that something you guys remember, Lee? Did you have a catalog that you'd circle the things that you wanted for Christmas?
Yeah, similar. We had Argos. It was like
okay. So, all right. So Sears hasn't released a catalog in forever. This came today from Amazon. So it even kind of does it the same way. It has the items, and then down here it tells you what it is. So your kid could go through on for Amazon, and it even does this. Oh, here you go. So we got even a little puzzle. So you can do a little thing for your kid. So this is not made for mom and dad.
That looks tricky.
This is made for your little kid to get it and say, Mama, I wanted this. This is what I want, Mama. So you got the little toys and we got the dolls. Oh, yeah, they got the dolls. Then you get to the back to your teenager, because you know there's probably some teenagers that you're living at your house. Come on, where am I at here? Oh, yeah, we got a content creator kit with a camera. And where was that? Oh, here we go. So for your kid that's into the gaming, we've got the headset, the keyboards, all that kind of stuff. Got all that in here. PlayStation 5, you can't get it. But we got the Xbox, you can't get it. So, yeah, you've got all this. I thought this was the neatest thing. It just brings back memories as me being a kid, circling the Sears catalog for the stuff I wanted. And Amazon says, you know what? Oh, we got this. And we'll have your kids circling every one of these things. And you're going to have to order it. Doesn't have prices in there, y'all. It does not have prices because prices may change.
How come she can't get the PlayStation 5?
They're unavailable. They're backlogged.
Seriously?
Yes. PlayStation 5 and Xbox, they're backlogged. They can't even fulfill their pre-orders.
I got PlayStation 6.
Shut up.
Yeah. I strapped my PS4 to my PS2.
It's time. It's 3 times 2.
It's crazy, but it might actually work.
So let's see. Mandy says she's got some YouTubers that are 8 and 10. Yeah, I mean, I think some people. I think I saw someone in here. There, Canuck Gal says no Sears in Canada, and someone says they got their catalog yesterday. I saw somebody. I can't recall. I missed him. Somebody said they did get their catalog. I got this today by Amazon. So I just thought this was great. Great idea. Hey, what's old is new again. So hey, if you can get a new Xbox or the PlayStation, if you're able to get it, you're gonna be a fool not to put that on eBay and sell it and triple your money. Because I'm telling you, come Christmas time with the people that have to have it for their kid, they'll pay whatever. Do you guys remember the Teddy Ruxpin? I remember Teddy Ruxpin when I was younger. I guess I had a little kid then. But they weren't into Teddy Ruxpin. But I remember people paying astronomical money for a Teddy Ruxpin. It was a doll that talked.
You're lying. You had a Teddy Ruxpin yourself.
I did not have a Teddy Ruxpin.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No.
Just like passing it on, Matt.
I blame my kids. I blame my kids for that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
You're not that old. You're not that old, though, so you can't blame any of your kids. You had a Teddy Ruxpin.
Well, maybe I had. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
you
it
did.
Was me. Let's see.
You used to have Saturday mornings watching the Rugrats. You used to love it.
Yeah, I'm too old for Rugrats. My kids watch Rugrats. My kids. All right. So Lee, I remember when cartoons were only showed on Saturdays or from 3 to 5. You only saw cartoons weekdays 3 to 5, or you saw them Saturday. I remember when the new season would come out, you would circle the shows that you wanted to watch on a Saturday morning. So you'd say, oh, I got to get up at 8 o'clock because, Jabberjaws is on. And then I got to watch this other episode of Hong Kong Phooey. And then I got, then which one of these shows am I going to watch? You would figure out which channel you're going to watch on a Saturday morning.
Are you going back to the TV Guide days where you got TV Guide?
Yes, I'm talking about the TV Guide. You had the TV Guide, and you'd circle on a Saturday morning. We would get up, and me and my brother would sometimes argue about which show were you going to watch.
If your sister watched something, you tore that page out. It doesn't exist. It's not on.
We're going to watch what I want to watch. So yeah.
Exactly. Robot Wars.
Gotcha.
Let's go.
All right, so Roland said Cabbage Patch Dolls too, and I remember that. So, if you can get a PlayStation 5 or the new Xbox, you're going to be able to make some money if you want. Because I'm telling you, that's going to be the item that people are going to sell. Because I think it was PlayStation said they can't even meet their pre-orders. That tells you. There's so many things, folks, with the COVID and all. Certain companies, they had to close parts of their factories and all. They weren't able to ramp up production and supply. So when something rushes out, that supply that would have been a backlog that they would have been able to produce isn't there. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be easier to run out of product. Not that it's not going to be fixed. But in the short term, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be. But over time, yes, they will get enough PlayStations and they will get enough everything. But if someone's like, I got to have it for my kid for Christmas morning. Well, okay. You know what? If you're not one of those lucky ones to get on pre-order, you're going to be on eBay paying twice as much, if not 3 times as much, to some kid that did get on pre-order. So.
Just wait till you and Shannon have kids, mate.
No, we're not having no kids. No, we're past that. Way past that. Way past the kids.
You'll be skint. You're skint.
No, I'm done. No, I'm not. Hey, Andrew.
Sell the PC. Sell the car. Sell everything.
Let's see.
I've told my kids we're having an imaginary Christmas this year.
Use your imagination.
For us. Exactly.
Hey, it reminds me of that movie we watched, Glass Castles, where the one guy, the dad says, you know what I got you for Christmas? And she says, what? He goes, pick any star in the sky. That's your star. And she's like, I like that star. And he goes, oh, that star. And he could tell her what star that was. Oh, that's part of that consultation or was it? KodiApps is not consultation. What is it?
Constellation.
Consolation. Yeah. Hey, that's that constellation. Yeah. So he would, and that's what he gave him. He goes, I'm giving you that star right there. And hey, you can't beat that. So, let's see.
You can if you've got a good imagination.
Yeah, you gotta be quick on your feet. Google TV. You guys remember the new Google TV devices came out?
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, you think. The Google TV devices, which is on par for your Fire Sticks. Really, I watched a video by ETA Prime. Highly recommended on that. He was very well. It used Android TV. So if you're used to the Shield look, that's Android TV. So it has that same look with the.
Is it the round? Is that the dongle one?
Yep, the one with the little white. The white one.
So the next sort of version of Chromecast, is that what we're talking
about? Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
But it's actually, instead of being just a casting device, it actually has a built-in OS where it actually can pull content. You can install stuff. He actually used it to use with emulation. He did emulation all the way up to PlayStation PSP. And did a decent job on PSP. Then he went and did some of the cloud services where, you can game from the cloud, and found it to be very good with the cloud services. Because cloud services do all the heavy work, the Google TV is just a display is what it is. So that's something, if you can find a good deal on it, may or may not find that that's something you want to check out if you're in that market for a lower end streaming device, because it's not just a casting device now. It's more of the Fire TV type of device. It's actually, but the plus of it is uses Google TV, means that you can install via the Play Store, which makes it easy.
Is it cheaper than a Fire Stick?
I want to say it's $50.
No,
I
it's
think
dearer. It's dearer.
Then it's going to fail, then, isn't it?
Let me see. I want to say I thought it was right at the same price. I thought it was $50. $50. So the normal 4K stick, that's what they run for. So
Tara says same price. If it's the same price, fair enough. They need to be the same price as a 4K stick at the very
So
least.
we said Prime Day, everything is going for 29 quid.
Well, yeah, I got it. For Prime Day. I got the 4K stick for $30. One of the pluses, he did like the remote. He said was a little bit better remote. One of the pluses of this device is that you're able to install via the Play Store. So for you people that are like, I don't know how to jailbreak a Fire Stick. Well, there's no jailbreak into a Chromecast device, a Google TV device. There isn't, because you can install via the Play Store. There's only a handful of things you're going to need to try to sideload, which that's what jailbreaking really is you're sideloading it. It's not jailbreaking, you're sideloading it. There's only a few apps that needed to be sideloaded on the Google TV. Everything else was on the Play Store. So whereas Kodi or some of your other things that people would put on a Fire Stick that are sideloaded, you don't have to do that with the Google TV. So would that be better than a Fire Stick for some? Yeah, because then they wouldn't need to pay some guy $20 to $50 to $100, however much they pay a Fire Stick jailbreaker to fix it up.
I can't believe people do that. Folks, if you're struggling with any of that, just to clarify, is it downloader on your Fire Stick, install APK time, I got you back, okay?
Yeah, that's exactly. But that's a whole business, man. Fire Stick jailbreaker.
I've just done somebody out some money. Sorry if that was you.
I know that's my Christmas money right there, bro. Thanks.
Imaginary Christmas. That's what we're having this year.
So
Andrew, I like going on Facebook Marketplace and finding people doing like fast updates for £50.
Yeah.
You're like, slate them a bit, give them better reviews. Why are you charging £50 to update someone's Fire Stick? What's that all about?
Yeah.
Oh, it's technical.
It is. So, all right. So Tara wrote in here, same price, but he also says better latest software in DDR4. And again, ETA Prime, I haven't bought the device because I don't need another device, because I have another device like I have all these other, like I got that mini computer I'm not going to use. I got to end up selling it. I get these devices to show someone for a minute, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, I probably need to give it, but that was $170. I don't know if I want to give it away.
Can I just say that I did pay TK $80 in his money to have his skin on my build. That was
TK.
I hope that was like Indonesian dollars or something.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not sure if he's Canadian. I can't remember now, but I had to PayPal him $80 to have the Aeon Nox Terra skin. I mean, it's not a bad price.
Not a bad price. TK was coming out good on that.
Yeah, so but I'm happy with it.
He's happy with
if you're happy, that's all that matters, mate. Innit? You spend anyone, and that's the thing, isn't it? Anyone's free to spend the money on whatever they want. It's your hard-earned money. It's your kid's inheritance. You spend it on whatever you want.
Spend it.
I was recommended it by like other people, so I thought, why not give it a go? And it is better than the standard Aeon Nox. I'm glad I spent that $80 a month.
Yeah. Hey, Danny B says, people. There is people that I used to do it for free. I stopped doing it for free because what ends up happening with me is I fix it up and then they end up calling me and then calling me and then calling me. So usually I'll be straight up. I say $20. You want me to set up $20? And guess what? I'm gonna charge you $20, and then guess what? You're gonna call me. Most times I get at least 3 calls, and that's on. Now there's some people that call me more. There's some people that have to come back to here, or I have to go to their place. So I got to where I was doing it for free, and it was costing me so much time. I'm like, no, $20. At least with $20, what I found is the people that are not even serious about it, they're like, oh, forget it. I'm like, good, forget it. No sweat off of me because it doesn't bother me. Yeah, so Redneck is a headache charge. It is. Republic Streams $40, and it's if someone I'm not on Facebook doing it. It's just people I know, and I'll be like, hey, you want me to set that up? Sure. My family, I don't is again nothing about family, but if it's like somebody, hey, do this, $20, and I'll tell you anything you want to know. And anybody that's watched my show, I got plenty to say. So. So
just write your questions down on the back of a $50 note, yeah, and send it in to you, yeah.
Luna. I don't know if any of you guys looked at Luna. That is Amazon's little game controller that they released. I think I had Next Level on here, Rojas and Next Level, and we talked about that. And at first I was like, it's just a remote. It's a remote control. Why am I going to pay $50 for a remote control? As I did more research in reading up on it, this is all right. So it is a gamepad that works with the cloud. So what this is it's a gamepad that works with. They're going to offer. Amazon's going to have a game cloud that they're going to release, and it's going to be a monthly subscription. I want to say $5 if I'm not mistaken. And they're going to have a library of games, and then they're also going to partner in with other companies so you can pay extra to have other games. So one of the cool things about this is it says you could actually game on your Fire Stick. You could play PC games on your Fire Stick. So you think about that, you're like, how can a Fire Stick play a PC game? Let's say Call of Duty. That's a name everybody knows. So you're like, how can I play Call of Duty on my Fire Stick? Because that's got, 1.5 gigs of RAM or whatever it's on. Depends on which version you got. It's got, 8 gigs of total storage or 16. I can't even remember which one. Very limited. Anybody that's downloaded Call of Duty knows it's like a 80 gig game. So they say, how do you do that? So what they do is all the game itself is on the cloud, and you play it on your Fire Stick. But through the gamepad is actually
memory.
The nuts and bolts of the game of the streaming service. The Fire Stick is nothing but a display. So your Luna controller does it's not even decoding because the cloud decodes it, breaks it down, sends it a signal. The Luna device links directly to your Wi-Fi or your Wi-Fi.
Like a wireless hard drive as such in your hand.
Yeah. Yep. And it does the gaming. So then it hooks to your Fire Stick as this is my display. So you can play Call of Duty. I'm not necessarily Call of Duty, but I'm saying that type of game. You can play Call of Duty or a high-end PC game on your Fire Stick on the TV through the cloud. That is a phenomenal idea. I really wish that I had a Luna, but I don't want to pay $50 for it for a maybe and try it.
Wedding presents.
Yeah, there you go. Wedding presents. So it's going to offer that gaming experience, and there's lots of cloud services that may jump on with them. There is one, and I can't recall it.
Stadia is one at the moment, but there's been a few cloud Stadia, and there's been a few cloud gaming services out. We had one in the UK that went the way of the dodo, and I think the fundamental problem is unless you've got a 20 meg connection, a stable 20 meg plus connection, cloud gaming is not for you. So don't even entertain it. But it's coming. It is coming, but I don't think it's quite there yet. It is for the cable users at the moment, unless you've got those lightning fast connection. And I'm serious about this 20 meg plus. Don't even entertain cloud gaming, but it is coming, and it is going to be the next big thing for sure. And the fact that you can do it on a Fire Stick now is absolutely amazing.
And here in the US, 50 meg is probably the lower end. I have 100 meg, so I think that it's going to be really. I think it's going to be something. And I really thought when I heard that it wasn't the Fire Stick doing the work, it's the remote. I was like, "Whoa, the remote's doing the work."
No, it's not even the remote. To be honest, it's the remote server. It's your connection that's actually doing it. You know, and obviously there is obviously it's the remote server or the cloud if you prefer, but there is still a little bit of latency. You are still going to get, if you're one of them low ping bastards on COD who like those high frame rates, the LPBs as we call them.
Can we say low ping bastard again?
That's them, yeah. And we all hate them on COD, who are just that little bit quicker than you. I'm Johnny Two Steps on COD. I can't go 2 steps without being shot. I don't play those games anymore. I'll stick with MMO and stuff like that. Something that's a bit slower.
You're an LPB.
I wish I was.
He's like, hey, all I am is points for other people. Hey, I used to when Blue and I were playing Call of Duty.
2 steps.
When Blue and I were playing Call of Duty, I said I'm the decoy so that you see where he's at. He's shooting me, so that means you need to shoot him. I'm the one that you need to look for because they're hitting me first. So yeah, I was.
If it was Star Trek, I'd be the guy wearing the red shirt.
Oh yeah. So, but
you are going to get latency with those cloud services, and you do need a swift connection. And ideally, the closer you are to the server, the better. Yep. It's coming, but I don't think we're quite there yet.
So I will say, if you're interested in that stuff, take a look at ETA Prime. I read or watched quite a few of his videos. He looks at a lot of the different stuff. If that's what you're looking for, go check that out. If that's one of your interests, to get some information. And like KodiApps is saying, it may not be for everybody, depending on your connection and all that stuff, but it is coming. So if you're one of those people that's wanting to do those type of gaming, this is the direction. And a lot of things are going to the cloud. I mean, a lot of services are going there. And if anybody is going to spend money, Google or Amazon would be the two people that would have the resources to pour into it before they get a reward. Other companies need a reward sooner. Amazon and Google can drop money in it. They got it. They can invest.
Have you got Stadia in the US now?
Yeah, there was Stadia in there. Yep. And it's didn't do really well. I did it through my Shield. I did play some. Now I did not play peer versus peer. I did some the racing games and all that kind of stuff, and they played really well. But I wasn't doing the peer-to-peer, so that's when you would know you find out about your lag when you start doing some peer-to-peer. And hey, I was looking at him. How did I get shot first? I was looking and pointing and shooting, and I got shot and I'm dead. How does that happen? So
it's probably for lower response games. I don't know, the racing games it probably suits. Yeah. But anything like COD or anything FPS based, anything that you need ninja reactions for, probably not going to be there, is it?
Yeah.
We've got to go back to Gran Turismo.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Gran Turismo.
That'd be a perfect
driving game.
Awesome game. So yeah, that's out there. You guys kind of keep an eye on that. I don't know if I mentioned it last week for the people in the US that have Verizon. If you have Verizon, you may want to take a look at your package. If you're at a point where you've you've done your package to the end, and you're like, I'm not sure. They're actually offering. I had unlimited, so I had unlimited. I think I was at 25 gigs a month unlimited, and then it would be there was like it would peg me back, but I was never at 25 gigs. But regardless, if you sign up for some of their new ones, and where they get you is to pull that gig down. So I was at 25 gigs. I dropped it down to either to 18 or 15 gigs a month. Again, I'm never at that high, so it's just me. I was able to add ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney for $5 less a month. So if you're a Verizon user and you're at that point where you're paying for unlimited anyways, that may be something just to check out. Take a look at it.
I ain't paying for shit.
Well, yeah, that's because you're Noir. So, yeah. So you can decide. That's what.
Do you not even have Amazon Prime or Netflix? Have you not got Netflix?
I don't even pay the fucking TV license.
I like your style, mate. I can't follow it. Yeah, I've got to make just like
He's pulling the internet off the neighbor. Okay, so yeah, that might be something you guys should check out.
I'll bet he sucks the gas meter back, doesn't he? But he's got a vac on his gas meter.
I'll get my 50p's back at electric meter.
I bet you know all the tricks, mate. Oh yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So, but hey, you guys check that out. Let's see. Diamond wrote in here, when you remember that when you're playing a live online game, all the animation on your screen is client side. The server is still doing the calculation server side. That's why you don't always get the kill. And yeah, anybody that's done some FPS, that's when you know. If you're racing, there's so much little bit of time. When you do FPS, you find out how slow your reactions are. Then number 2, you find out my equipment sucks. I got a bad monitor, and I got a bad computer, I got a bad graphics card, or I got bad internet. Then you say, you know what? Maybe it's because of the game. And then you say, well, I think he's probably a hacker.
There's lag. Lag.
It's always lag.
Yeah, that's your excuses. Yeah, then my 8-year-old boy will beat you every time.
You can tell when there's lag. Honestly, though, it's like you're horrible the whole time, even though you're not.
If you can't blame the healer or you can't blame the tank, blame lag.
Oh, we could tell we're all gamers. I tell you, when you play that, you're like screaming and yelling. And anybody that's played with me, I talk as much during the game that I do during the show.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
What's your game of choice out of interest, guys?
Oh, we used to do Call of Duty, and then we broke up. We broke up with Call of Duty. What?
What about you, Blue? What are you playing?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah, your FPS is okay.
Yeah.
Blue, you still get married?
Yeah. Still
Shit.
Yeah, we're looking at December sometime.
Nice trick, redneck. Yeah, I'm with you.
He's trying. Let's see. So let me go through. I've got. All right. So I'm quickly going to try to run through the news that I had for 3 weeks that I've not talked about, the cord cutter news for 3 weeks. So I am going to fly through this. Fly as much as Dabs can do. So I'm going to share my entire screen. So don't send me no dick pics, Noir.
Of course. I'll give it 10 minutes.
So, all right. So first of all, that's right. I closed my dot. I forgot my thing crashed. So here we go. So let's see. This goes back to episode 102 when I had Turks on. I was talking about one of the things here. Let's see. Let's share this. Open link. So we talked about this. I actually did talk about this when Penn was on. We talked about the difference between Plex, MB, Jellyfin, and Kodi.
Yeah.
We talked about that. So blam, that's gone. Okay. Devices. That was another thing. So let's open up that thing. So if you want to know what the difference is, and this was benchmarks for different devices, the Fire Cube 2, which was on sale for $60, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I struggled so hard not to buy the Fire Cube 2 for $60.
I saw that.
$60. But I thought to myself, what am I'm gonna buy it, and then I'm gonna have to sell it because I don't need it. If you're thinking I want to buy a Shield or a Fire Cube 2, if you can get the Fire Cube 2, it is really close. The only issue that where the Fire Cube 2 falls slow was the frames. I think it was the graphics card. You can see the graphics card is nowhere near what the Shield is going to give you. So the CPU was our first one. This is the graphics chip.
Would it play 4K though?
Yeah,
Smooth?
yeah. It'll play 4K smooth.
Then.
It'll play it very smooth. Hold on, we lost Lee. Okay, so
I'm back.
So if you're looking at a device and you're a streamer, you're not. I'm not a heavy gamer. You're just not. The Fire TV Cube 2 would be a very good investment for you guys.
Well, and it's Black Friday is next month, right? And it'll probably be on sale again.
Maybe. Yeah. It was $60. I'm telling you, I was struggling. I was like, please stop it. Sell out because I don't want to do it no more. Plex introduces a bunch of October movies or Halloween movies. So we got that. Verizon expands LTE home internet to rural neighborhoods. So if you're in some of the rural neighborhoods or areas, like say out in the middle out in the country where you don't get good internet, Verizon is offering the LTE for those homes that may get a better internet speed than your normal. I don't want to say dial up because some of them have that. It's not country cable, but it's slow as shit cable is what it is. And so if you're out in the country, you may want to check into Verizon's LTE out there. Fubu TV, for people that are into Fubu TV, they're going to go public on the they're going to sell stock. So it's going to the New York Stock Exchange. I think the last time I looked, it was going to be $8 to $9 a share. If you think that you like to invest, that may be a direction you want to go. Streaming generated $100 billion by 2025, and this goes into it talks about a lot of companies are going in this direction. I'm gonna go skip that. Skip the file. Yeah, who cares?
Quick question while you're just rolling through there. Terraskin mentioned he bought one of them Fire 2s. Could I ask what about the expandable memory? Has it got USB slots for USB?
It has that micro USB port, and you can get the splitter, so that you can do the splitter on that.
Can you not just like put something straight into it then? USB-C, Tara says. Okay.
It's a USB-C, yeah.
So you can expand it because I think that was a bit of a limitation of some of the earlier Fire devices, wasn't it?
The only downside to the Fire TV 2s was that some of the icons don't pop up. Like when you do side loading, some of the side load things don't show up correctly. And you have to do some little hoodooing to make those icons show up. Because I don't want to say they block the side loading, but they make it not as easy. If that makes sense. But that does give you expandable memory on the side. I'll tell you, folks, if you can watch your local eBay, your Facebook marketplace, if you can get a Fire TV 2, the second generation Fire TV box, not a stick, not the dongle, not the pendant, the Fire TV 2. Those are the gems to get. If you're wanting a low-end, really good, you can expand the memory on it. Very good, solid device, but they're hard to find.
But also, I mean, at $60, you're in the realms of a very good Android TV box, so aren't you? Really, to be fair, the T59Zs and all those ones. But that does sound a decent deal, to be fair.
But all right, so that's the sale price. Now that was $129 normal. So it was on sale for basically half price. It was 119, I think, is regular. It was half price. But it's the processor, the RAM, and the way that the program, the device works is way better than your Android Chinese boxes. The way that they work.
Alan Welks there just saying that there's no 4K on the Fire TV 2 though.
No, it says 4K. I'll look at it in just a second.
Okay, Alan, we're flaming you. Sorry, pal.
Because my first one said my Generation 1 Cube says 4K. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to Amazon.
I mean, 4K is a pretty big deal for most modern users now. Okay, Roger says it's 4K. Okay, Alan.
Yeah, it's
sorry, mate.
4K. It's 4K. It's 4K. All right, so let's go up here. We'll go to Cube. Oh wait. How about Fire Cube?
There's a lot of good boxes in that price frame, though, isn't there? But you were saying that the specs are pretty good on this Cube.
Yeah. If you you can go and look at the independent specs. The quality is going to be better. I mean, even though there's some devices that have 4K RAM or 4 gigs of RAM, 4 gigs of RAM on some of the boxes I've tried don't run as good as the Fire Stick runs. I don't know if they're using crappy RAM or if it's the way that the software is using the RAM. It's just not the same. See, this right here, 4K. And I know that the old one, I had the old one, and it was 4K. And again, this one here, they say is even better. And you can, again, go to the Cord Cutter's site, and he has a breakdown of quality for each one. So it's just, if you're a person, I'm a Shield guy, so I don't give to.
Well, that's it, guys. You know, any advice we're going to give you is like, sell a kidney, do what you need to do, get a Shield.
That's me, but hey, that's me. I'm like, I'm gonna buy the best, and then I ain't gotta worry about the rest. Ratcheted. Anybody remember? I haven't watched this. Has anybody watched this show yet? Netflix?
It's popular on Netflix, but I've not actually watched some stuff. I'm still watching that Wolves one, Raised by Wolves, at the moment.
Most popular premiere of the year. This show. And all right. Let me step aside just for a second. So I'm on the Cord Cutter's website, as you can see up here. What's up with this guy and his dirty ass fingers? Now, is that hair or is that just
that's a monkey thumb, isn't it? That one.
I was like,
it's like they shaved him down and taught him to speak or something. Yeah, they're missing him, definitely.
He's a hobbit.
Hobbit, yes, it's a hobbit thumb.
I was like, I don't have that much hair on my whole body. What the hell is up with that? But all right. So I'm sorry, I digress. Streamed by 48 million people in the last 28 days. So number one, it came out number one. So Ratcheted, and this is based on the one that flew over the cuckoo's nest. So anybody that's all right, old folks, do you guys remember the one that flew over the cuckoo's nest?
Of course, great film.
What's his name, honey?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. I was like, I can see his face, and I'm thinking, here's Johnny.
I don't think it's based on that, though.
The character, the series based on the character.
Her name was Ratchet. No, not Ratchet.
Yes, Ratchet. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's based. It says Ratcheted is.
Yes, Ratchet rings a bell.
Based on a real woman.
The series is based on a character from Ken Casey's 1962 novel, One that Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, starring Sarah Paulson as Mildred Cratchit. In 1947, Mildred arrives in North California to seek employment in a leading psychiatric hospital.
See, because that's what I thought it was originally, and then I read somewhere else that it said that it was based on an actual person, and like that this shit actually happened in places back in the day when they were like treating mental patients.
I mean, I'll blame Cord Cutter's News if he's lying, but that's just...
Well, I mean, it seems like it.
It's popular.
And if you've not seen the film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you're missing a classic. So yeah, Redneck, it is a great movie. I agree with you. Get it watched.
Great movie. One of the things, all right, so Disney updates its disclaimers and potential problematic content. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a second. Sometimes I think everybody's a little too damn sensitive. Okay. So Disney is taking they're trying to get in front of it. So when you go to watch certain content, they're going to give you disclaimers. So I'm old Sky. I'm an older guy. I've watched The Jungle Book. I've seen so many movies. I don't need disclaimers in front of Peter Pan. I don't need disclaimers in front of Dumbo. I don't need those. But Disney's is like, we're in a different environment now, and we need to give that there's going to be certain content that you may or may not approve of. So I understand why Disney's doing it, but can I say
Dumbo? In Dumbo, what's offensive about Dumbo?
He was a prisoner, and then they also made fun of him, right? It was didn't they have him chained? Remember, he was chained up.
Yeah.
He was a prisoner.
No, his mum was chained up. I don't think Dumbo was actually chained up, was it?
He would have had to be.
The thing is, though, isn't it better to show shit that actually happens in real life and overcoming it versus never showing it?
No.
It's Disney, for fuck's sake.
We're debating about Dumbo.
Well, I'm just saying. So again, they said they're going to give disclaimers like, all right, so if there's people, all right, so if there's somebody smoking, it's going to be mischievous behavior.
Dumbo.
I don't know. All right, so I just thought that was, to me, a little bit outrageous, but I get where you're coming from because everything is PC now. Okay,
I think Disney have done a few sensitive movies that would be considered sensitive now, like Song of the South.
Oh yeah, they got rid of that.
But Peter Pan, Dumbo, come on.
There's something in it. There's something in it.
They've ruined Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
What they done to Star Wars?
Well, I can't say it was really great, but Star Wars has lost its flavor since about the 3rd episode. But that's me. We're not going to go there. Blue, settle down.
Lost me, Jar Jar Binks.
Sorry, what were you talking about?
Yeah, we were getting ready to start talking about Star Wars. So, all right. So
I was okay with the last 3.
Hulu. All right. So the reason why I thought this was an interesting thing. So Hulu is losing some channels. So if you have Hulu Live, you're losing some channels because Hulu is not willing to pay the subscription fee that they need to pay to have certain content. So there's certain affiliates with ABC that they've lost. All right, Nexstar owns, and it says in here, 197 stations, including a lot. Okay, all 5 broadcasting stations. And so they're not willing to pay the money that Nexstar wants. So they're saying we have to turn off those channels. The reason why I put this in, again, Hulu's going to blame Nexstar. Nexstar is going to say, right here it says, we gave them a fair deal and they weren't willing to meet it. The reason why I think this is important, and I've talked about the conglomeration of TV stations, networks that have been bought up by a handful of companies. So a handful of companies own a majority of the channels that you may care about. So those minority conglomerations can strong arm a cable company, a satellite company. Now you see they can strong arm a streaming company because they say this is what we expect to be paid for XYZ. I said that before you two guys. XYZ channels that we own. You got to pay this much. Hulu's like, wait a minute. Our business model shows that if we pay XYZ for all the channels, we can charge our customers this fixed price, which I think now is $65 damn dollars. And they said, I can charge $65. We still make a profit. We pay all for all the channels. Nexstar says, wait a minute. I know we were asking for this last time. Now we're asking for that this time. So what we're going to see is the handful of companies that own a lot of content are going to strong arm the cable companies, the satellite companies, and now they're strong arming the streaming companies. And the reason why this is going to affect you, if you're a person that's paying for live TV, you're going to pay it. If you're paying for your cable, you're going to pay it. If you're paying for satellite, you're going to pay it. If you're paying for Hulu with live, you're going to pay it. If you're paying for YouTube TV, what's it? YouTube Live? Was it YouTube Live or whatever it is? If you're paying for that, you're going to pay it. The cost is not going to be absorbed by Hulu or Amazon or YouTube. They're not going to absorb the cost of these other companies asking more for their channels. You're going to pay it. So just buckle up your wallet because that is the norm.
If only we knew some way of getting all this content for free.
Or for a better price. Ooh. You know what? Before the next show, I'm going to try to work out a way for people to get live TV at a reasonable price.
I like your way of thinking.
If I could put in an affiliate link.
Doesn't have to be live.
I want to put an affiliate link, and I'm looking to cash in on this.
Does anybody actually watch live TV anymore?
Yeah.
Does anybody actually sit through adverts? Come on, it's 2020.
I think it's just sports. Just sports.
Sports. Yeah.
Well, yeah, live sports. You know, that withstanding, there's nothing else that we actually sit and watch live TV for. Maybe news. You know, if you're one of those who likes to keep up on, you know, on the latest running totals, but other than that,
I watch Man United live, and I watch Eastons on catch up.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch live TV at all.
Did you enjoy the match last week? Just out of interest.
Fuck off.
All right. So my last little thing on here. And the reason why I wrote this is I do think this is going to have an impact on, and I want people to think about this. We're all cord cutters. We're all very tight on money. We're all penny pinchers and this and that. If you're in the U.S., AMC, which is the biggest theater, motion picture theater company in the U.S., is in major issues. They're in major struggles right now. And you can imagine the movie theaters in most states have been closed. Some states have opened up. Most states are so-so.
Same in the UK.
Exactly. And so let's take into fact that most of Hollywood pushed back their releases, right? Most of them pushed them back. So they're not releasing any new movies. And then the theaters are closed. So you're not getting no new movies. The theater's not open. So then when the theaters in a certain state can open, they say, hey, you can open your theater. What are you going to show? Because there's no new movies. You're going to show what was showing on Disney Plus. You're going to show Mulan. Because guess what? They paid $30 to watch it on Disney Plus. Or Disney Plus, whatever. What was it? Disney Plus Premium?
Yeah.
It was something like that. So what are they showing? So you've got no new content to show. So who's going to come to the theater? And then most states have limited to 50% occupancy. So we got to have the 6-foot distance beside. So only so many people can sit. The theaters are going to struggle. And it shows in here, $561 million lost this year compared to last year. They made $50 million last year. Lost 561. And people are like, oh, who cares about big business? No, you do need to care that the biggest movie chains are losing that much money. When they lose that much money, companies say, what do we close? And that would be possibly all the local theaters in your area that you'd be able to watch.
And who's all the people that are losing their jobs?
Yeah, jobs.
All the people that work locally.
That's the real impact, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
but I think there's also an opportunity, and that is a negative, and that's a sign of the times. Without getting into all the COVID thing, cinemas and venues in general are going to close. So they need to, and there's no end to that. Let's be honest. This side of a vaccine, whatever, there's no end to this. They can't run on half occupancy on these screens. So the only viable way forward is to innovate. And any time of crisis in man's, in humanity, has prompted change in lots of different ways. And I foresee, and they've started to touch on it now, that Hollywood blockbusters will be supplied via streaming services going forward. It's the only viable way that Hollywood's going to survive. It's going to be a pay-per-view system such as Mulan was with Disney Plus, and that's the only viable way forward. Or Netflix have obviously got it nailed. They're producing some great movies as of late. So creating Hollywood movies and putting them on a streaming platform in the short term,
I'd rather watch it that way.
Well, you can pause it and go to the toilet, can't you? And grab a beer, can't you? That's the reality of watching it at home, watching it with your family. You would probably want to do that.
They rave back out to Leicester Square for the premiere and watch
Grab Mandy's comment.
Whatever, live. Then they moan on Cody that, there's a cam view and there's heads and coughing. Hang on, you've just been there live. What's the difference?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you with your point. I think I think a lot of people do like to. We are a more sophisticated audience. Don't get me wrong. I love the cinema. I love my local Cineworld. I love going to the VIP lounge, put my feet up, electric chairs, reclining black, reclining back, and just never-ending popcorn. I love all that. I love the cinema. I love taking the kids to the cinema. It's an event for us. A bloody expensive one for me, I might add. Yeah. But once in a while, I don't mind it. But I think cinemas, well, let's be honest, unless there's any major change anytime soon, they're going to go out of business, and we've got to face that fact. So streaming is the future, that's for sure. And I think other things people need to innovate are things like drive-in theaters, those kind of things. I think they probably will have a resurgence, that they'll come back into fashion where we were in the 50s. We're probably going to come back to that. But cinemas and venues in general, I worry about. I love my cinema, and I'd hate to see them all closed down. But let's be honest, it's this side of a vaccine. It's just you don't want to be sat 2 seats down from someone who you don't want to be sat in a seat that's been cleaned by someone on minimum wage, dear. I know I don't, and I wouldn't want my kids in there. It's all going to change. Streaming has to be the future for blockbusters, and Hollywood need to be focusing their attention on that. Just my opinion,
Exactly. We're not renting VHS no more.
No.
You get one home, and the last person hasn't rewound the bastard thing.
Please rewind. Be kind.
And like them systems back then, it was like, that's a good 3 hours of rewind there.
So I tell you, a year from now, we'll all be going to drive-in cinemas. You watch, or paying a fortune to $30, whatever, 30 quid to stream it at home.
Blue.
What?
Did you? Because we posted this thing about Mandy, and which theaters had kind of changed. You and I went to the theater where they brought you meals, and it was like a full meal that they could bring you. So theaters did try to change things. Yeah. All right. So yes, and I saw numerous posts about drive-in theaters. They're building them around me. Yes, drive-in theaters are.
Mandy was just talking about they had a pop-up drive-in theater here. Like they actually, they came and brought the screen, and it was in a big parking lot. But Barry went to it actually, and he said like it took like friggin' an hour and a half to get everybody parked, and it was like he said it was annoying, and the screen was garbage. And there's real theaters that they've built around here. We have one that they were supposed to build. Well, they were supposed to build a four screen one that's regulations and all whatever, but
they actually built another one over in Raleigh. They built one just in the last few weeks. I saw it on the news. So there's lots of those popping up. All right, so I've been to plenty of drive-ins, especially in my younger years, not my older years. In my younger years, we had plenty of them. And they do play through a radio, so it's not the same as having the thing hanging from your
where bugs could still get in.
What do you
Yeah.
think you're doing, guys?
Yeah.
So it's not the same. So when they're playing it through your car stereo, it sounds so much better. But I will say, when you're sitting in a theater, dark, and you're watching a Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie or something of that nature, I love the big screen. I love the whole thing. I hope that they don't close them all. I do understand that as time changes, you have to roll with it. So hopefully that doesn't shut them all down. But I do, as you see a death of one thing, a resurgence of another, I do see them, as people said, the movie theaters are rolling up. Canuck Gal, live music has taken a major hit because nobody's doing live music. I have a friend that does live music, and he had to find a real job. He's like, I got to go do something else because I can't do live music and make money off of tips. That's not what I've got.
Let's hope Justin Bieber has to find a job.
Oh God, he looks horrible lately too. He looks like somebody said, looks like a roofer ready for a Friday night drunken. Yeah, he looks pretty.
Blue, could you explain to Butch there the actual real purpose of a drive-in theater with your girlfriend?
Oh, well, with my girlfriend? No, she ain't got to explain that. I was a teenager, and
We don't need a drive-in for that.
I was getting a hook up in the back seat when I went to the couple drive-ins. But that is going.
Thanks, Bud. I think he was.
Thanks for that image.
Let's go back to the old days where you were making it.
Back through the murky mists of time.
I was 16. I just got my license the year they closed down our only drive-in here. So it was like I was so looking forward to it because I love going with my parents. And I was like, "Yay, I can finally drive!" And then they closed. It was like
I'm a little older than you, so I remember I was able to get into that before.
Yeah, you would have been 20.
Yeah, and I was hooking up. So that happens, and
awkward.
I just met. So that's all we got today because we're at 2 hours, and I'm glad that I was able to get in all my old news because it was bothering me that I had 3 weeks worth of cord cutting news.
Great, Todd. Can I just say one thing though?
Yep.
My favorite part though of the movie theater, I love blockbusters in the movie theater, but there's no better feeling in the world than when it's a really good movie and it's really exciting and the crowd is reacting together. Like everybody breaks out laughing or everybody, you know what I mean? It's like, like last time when I went to see Endgame,
yep,
the theater was animated and it was so much fun. It made the movie so much better than, just watching it by yourself in your living room or whatever. So I like that part.
Well, absolutely, but I do enjoy watching a film with my family as well, and I've got the Rugrats out there, and when we're all watching a family film, I do get the same buzz, I miss the cinema. I really do miss the cinema. I love the cinema, but I'm pragmatic. It's they're probably going bye to be honest in the short term.
Yeah,
hopefully not, but they are.
Yeah, I think they're in a definitely they're in troubles, and I think that this the closure of the pandemic has just accelerated that problem. So, but I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. If you're a person that cares about that kind of stuff, be aware of it, and maybe if you're able to support your local theater, and that's where you want to go to the movies, and you want to take the family, you may want to think about that. Maybe you're going to help to keep it open or for it to close. Again, it's all about ticket sales and popcorn sales, and probably more on the popcorn sales than the ticket sales because they make more money off popcorn. So, because anybody that's bought popcorn at a theater, they make plenty off of popcorn and pop. As I said, pop because of Blue. So hey. All right, so Canuck said, whose show was on after yours? So I think that was JJ's show on after mine. So someone can post that before I finish. Albin. I want to say Albin posted up there UFC tomorrow. It's a soft card. Just saying. Soft card. I'm not so stoked for next week. This card. Next week's card is humongous for UFC. Humongous. Sharon says Juggernaut Show. So check out Juggernaut Show because I'm getting ready to roll out of here. So check out his channel, Juggernaut. This week's UFC card is very soft. I will post there is a Telegram chat. So if you're a UFC fan and you want to join a Telegram group that talks about UFC fights during the fights, that is a fun group. So if you're not watching it with other people in your house, you're able to watch it and you can chat and people are like, I can't believe that knockout or blah, blah, blah. You're able to, there's a Telegram MMA chat and I will post the link. I'll put that in the show notes.
The fact that there's fights every weekend totally ruins fights now. Because it used to be exciting. You'd wait months and then it would be like, oh my God, big fight. But now it's every fucking weekend. It's like, yeah, here I go again. I don't get it.
Like I said, this week, I'll pass this week's. I looked at the whole card and I'm like, and who? And I'm like, nah. Next week, that next week's card for UFC as a UFC pay-per-view is phenomenal. And I will say, I don't know if next week if I'll have a show. We'll have to see how things play out because I might have to work late. No, not Wednesday. It's Wednesday's show that I'm worried about. Never mind. Not Friday's show. Wednesday's show I'm worried about. So maybe I'll have to let Blue run player pass on Wednesday.
Oh, God. No.
Yeah, I'll give you my password. You'll run
I think Aubin can do it. Andrew can definitely do it.
Whoever. Maybe I might have to work late Wednesday, so Wednesday's going to be a tough day for me. So player pass on Wednesday.
I'm a sidekick, Todd. I thought you knew that. I'm a sidekick.
Yeah, but I can give it to you. Next week's player pass, The Jerk by Roger.
Yeah.
KodiApps, you remember that movie, don't you? Steve Martin?
The Jerk. It was a big American one, but I do remember The Jerk back from the 70s. It wasn't so big in the UK, but I personally remember the movie. Not my favourite Steve Martin film, I think.
What?
Dirty Rotten Scoundrel was probably my favourite Steve Martin movie.
I love The Jerk.
So we got The Jerk next week, and we've got my movie that I picked was The Wrestler. So anybody that remembers Mickey Rourke or knows Mickey Rourke as an actor, he is in that movie. I didn't even know it was my week, and I kind of like shot it off my cuff, off of my list.
Off your cuff, off your list. That's not off the cuff at all. You're brutal.
Off the cuff, I came up with that movie.
Off the cuff on my list.
Hey, you gotta love it. She's almost as bad as Andrew, KodiApps. I mean, she'll call me out in a minute.
Oh yeah, it's my job.
So KodiApps, anything you want to finish up because I know we're past your bedtime and we.
No worries. I've been on the chin beam all night anyway. Okay. Thanks for everybody who supports my my websites. Obviously, I've got KodiApps. APK Time is obviously one of my babies. Dark web streams is my new thing. Be sure to grab the screensavers that I have. They're free. Obviously check those. You'll find links off any of my websites. And just thanks for the support and everybody who helps out behind the scenes. They often go unmentioned, but I do appreciate all my sort of moderators, people who supply me information, people who keep me up to date with stuff. I wouldn't have the sites that I have and the applications that I have without everybody's help. The community behind the scenes that we don't always see. So thanks for that, everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely check out. I will post links to his website. It will be in the show notes. Give me a few hours or maybe tomorrow morning. I'll post links to that. Check out, again, his dark web streams. That has all kinds of information towards sites that you may want to download from, stream from. He gives you, again, it takes you to another level. And then, again, the KodiApps and the APK Time. Great stuff. I will post that in the things. Check it out. If you're a streamer, definitely some websites you want to check out. Miss Blue, anything you want to finish with? Anything you got to say?
Just thank you to whoever it was in the chat that mentioned Hellstrom, because I really wanted to check that out, and so I just added it to my Plex, and I've got it. And now I'm going to watch that right
Oh
after.
yeah, I want to watch that Hellstrom as
Yeah,
well, but I'm
so-
stuck on Raised by Wolves at the moment. But yes,
Yeah,
it's on my list.
Perfect.
See, back to like the fancy people that have like a Plex cloud server and they just click it and it downloads all the stuff automatically for them, like the fancy
Show
people.
offs.
Yeah, I've already got it all. Yeah, while we were watching the show, I went ahead and clicked it and I got all the episodes.
I do
Thanks.
love, like, I'm at work and Carol's like, can you add this for Rocky? I'm like, go on my phone, boop, done.
Yeah, man, I just stream it as I need it.
Yeah, it is a neat, awesome feature. And yeah, she downloads stuff for me too. So, Evelyn. All right, sorry, Evelyn. I meant to mention your Delight. I'm sorry to say that I went ahead and removed that build because I wasn't updating it, I wasn't using it, and I wasn't doing it. So I did some changes. I will fix. I will fix my basic, the simple build. I will fix that link, and thank you for reminding me. I don't
But that
know.
link worked okay, but it was the plus that was having problems.
Yeah, builds, of course. Yeah, don't forget to check out the bullet build by me. You know, have some fun with that. It was built for you guys. I don't get anything out of it.
Yep, bullet build is going to be on my wizard and on the Seaman's wizard. So if you have either one of those two wizards, that's where you're going to be able to get that. I'll have the Dax Plus, my Dabs simple build, and I will double check my links on that because I'm sure I screwed up somehow.
And when's Blue's build going to be up on there?
Hey,
just around, do it.
Hey, KodiApps, you saw I left a space in there in the wizard for it too.
You wrote coming soon. It's like I didn't even agree to it yet.
It's all in the anticipation, isn't it?
Well, for me, it's all about the backgrounds. So unless I find a bunch of good backgrounds, I'm not making anything.
I'll help. I'll help however we can. Because hey, once she gets focused on something, I'm not worried about it. Now, after she makes it, hey, it's on you. It's on you. It's on you to maintain it after she makes it.
It looks pretty out of the gate, and that's about it.
Yeah, but most of the time she'll use an add-ons. It's like, hey, that's going to be self-maintaining. So
yeah, I get reliable. Well, I mean, none of them are reliable. But ones have been around a little bit. I don't usually add any new stuff.
That's it. Just add the stalwarts and cross your fingers.
Yeah, that's all you can do. So yeah, she's gonna be stealing all my ideas. That's what me. I'm the idea.
A couple of them, yeah. Yeah, I am totally
idea guy. That's okay. I don't mind. So thanks again for Noir that came on here. KodiApps came on here. I want to thank Majin, who helped me, gave me some information about the Syncler add-on or the APK. And I'm sorry if I went through so many things. I'm sorry. There was things I was trying to catch up on the last 2 to 3 weeks. So there was lots of content. Next week probably won't be so big. So thanks again for people. And I want to thank people like KodiApps that come on the show. And I appreciate him. He's a person that's an awesome contributor to the community in information, content, and of his time. So it's people like that that just put stuff out there makes it easier for me and makes it easier for you. So thanks to him and thanks to everyone like that. And watch the UFC for this weekend. And definitely you better watch it next week. And watch Player Pass and our 2 movies, The Jerk and The Wrestler, which will be on my show or on my stream, and Blue or somebody will kick it off. Watch them and talk. Tell us what you think of the movie. You don't have to be an expert. Just tell us, did you like it or not like it? It's not hard. So again, streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you. See